In 2026, the gold of investment is high-value crops production and agriculture exports in the Philippines, promising big profits in global markets.
All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. When we talk about wealth building, people always look for the next big gold rush. But as we're going to see today, the real gold in 2026 isn't buried in some mine, it's actually right there in the Philippine soil. We are looking at a massive, massive transformation in the agricultural sector right now, where some really strategic choices are completely turning everyday farming into high-yield agribusiness. Here is our quick roadmap for today. 1. The high-value crop revolution. 2. Expanding the export market. 3. Regional hubs, specifically CALABARZON. 4. We'll put a spotlight on cacao and coffee. And finally, 5. The future of agripreneurship. Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the high-value crop revolution. We're talking about redefining modern farming. So if you're an investor, an aspiring agripreneur, or honestly, even a veteran farmer looking to pivot, you really have to ask yourself one question. Where is the absolute biggest return on investment in agriculture today? What's the specific crop that's going to actually build real wealth in our current economic climate?
Well, the answer is high-value crops. And actually, the Philippine government has been laying the groundwork for this for a while, all the way back to the High-Value Crops Development Act of 1995. But what does that mean for you? Basically, these are high-yielding crops that require way less physical space to grow, but they give you highly competitive returns on your investment. They perfectly meet a surging market demand, both domestically and internationally. Plus, they're specifically chosen because they offer a fast ROI and they're incredibly climate tough, which, let's face it, is absolutely crucial given today's unpredictable weather patterns.
Just look at the contrast here. Instead of relying entirely on bulk, traditional crops like ordinary rice or corn, which demand massive tracts of land, modern farming is completely pivoting. Take hybrid chili peppers, for example. During the rainy season, when supply naturally drops off, the price for high-quality chilies can skyrocket to over 500 pesos per kilo. Or think about premium bell peppers. They are in massive demand from the booming hotel and restaurant industries. Bottom line, these crops mean faster cash flow and significantly higher margins per square meter. It's a real game changer.
Moving on to Section 2, expanding the export market. It is time to conquer the global stage.
So, the data here literally speaks for itself. According to a recent report from the UN's Food and Agricultural Organization, the Philippines officially jumped to become the world's #2 banana exporter. #2 in the entire world. This is huge because it proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Philippines already have the logistics, the strict quality control, and the infrastructure in place to dominate global agricultural markets. Now, the Department of Agriculture is aggressively leveraging that massive banana success to launch what they're calling the Magic 12 Export Squad. Sure, you've got your traditional bestsellers like mangoes and pineapples, but the real explosive growth, that's in the new wave. We're talking about a massive push into high-value export diversification with crops like avocado, cacao, coffee, dragon fruit, and durian. This strategy ensures the country's agricultural export economy isn't just a one-trick pony. It's resilient, diversified, and highly profitable. But strategically, where is all this premium produce actually going? Brian Ang, from the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, hit the nail on the head here. He points out a very deliberate pivot. To avoid those unpredictable U.S. tariffs, the strategy is shifting to capture massive, completely untapped opportunities right here in Asia. China, for instance, is just an enormous market that you simply cannot ignore if you want serious volume and growth. Plus, they're actively working on negotiating free trade agreements with the European Union and the Middle East, which is going to bust wide open these ultra-premium markets for our exports.
All right, Section 3, regional hubs. We're going to zoom in on CALABARZON, the blueprint for agribusiness.
To really see this macro strategy playing out on the ground, we have to look at CALABARZON. This region is actively positioning itself as the premier destination for agribusiness. They've literally laid out a complete official investment blueprint that covers everything: production costs, return analysis, and market potential for commodities like lowland vegetables, broiler chickens, and egg layers. They are basically handing investors a ready-made playbook for success.
And the localized demand here, it's absolutely staggering. CALABARZON is home to nearly 15% of the entire Philippine population. So what you should take away from this is that as an agripreneur in this region, you are guaranteed a massive, readily available consumer market right at your doorstep. You don't have to stress over complex, long-distance domestic shipping when millions of hungry consumers are literally just a short drive away.
But a big population is just one piece of the puzzle. CALABARZON has built this incredible, holistic ecosystem. You've got a highly favorable multi-type climate supporting year-round harvests. You've got direct proximity to the massive Metro Manila market. You've got top-tier logistical infrastructure with accessible roads and major ports in Batangas and Lucena. Oh, and you have world-class technological support from research hubs like the International Rice Research Institute. It's the whole shebang.
Let's move to Section 4, Spotlight. Cacao and coffee. We're talking about building premium global brands.
Now, the Philippines possesses the absolute perfect geographic and climatic conditions to cultivate incredibly diverse premium crops. I mean, we are talking about the rare ability to grow highly sought-after cacao varieties like Trinitario, Criollo, and Forastero, all in one single country. Couple that with extensive lands that are just primed and ready for sustainable coffee farming, and you've got a world-class environmental foundation.
And here is exactly why this matters for your wallet. There is a massive, surging demand for artisan products right now. Artisan chocolate brands and specialty coffee shops in cities like Manila and Cebu are practically begging for single-origin beans. They want to source directly from a farm they know, a farm they trust, so they can guarantee both quality and ethical practices. This completely changes the game for the farmer. Instead of selling cheap, bulk beans to some middleman, you can sell premium, carefully fermented beans directly to the buyer and keep a massive profit margin for yourself.
To make sure farmers can consistently hit that premium standard, the government has set up a really clear industry roadmap. Step 1. Harmonize regional farming protocols with strict Good Agricultural Practices, or GAP, to ensure safety and quality right from the soil up. Step 2. Introduce new tech to seriously boost national farm productivity. And Step 3. The ultimate prize. Building a highly respected, globally competitive Philippine brand that commands top dollar on the world stage.
Finally, we reach Section 5, the future of agripreneurship. Let's talk about building your agricultural empire.
If there's one big takeaway here, it's that you are absolutely not doing this alone. The Department of Agriculture provides immense, highly accessible financial and technical support systems. Whether you need physical input support through the High Value Crops Development Program, direct financial grants via CADIWA, or you just need robust capital to start up through the Agri-Negocio Loan Program or the Young Farmers Challenge, the government is actively funding the next generation of farmers. The capital is sitting right there for those willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work.
And hey, local provinces are aggressively competing for your agribusiness right now too. Take Cavite Province, for example. If you register an enterprise there in priority areas like high-value crop production, they are rolling out massive fiscal benefits. We are talking about a full 7-year exemption from the real property tax. Plus, they throw in non-fiscal perks like expedited document processing and hands-on help securing power and water lines. They are literally rolling out the red carpet for investors. So, let's wrap this up. We've seen the unbelievable profitability of high-value crops. We've seen the aggressive expansion of the export market, the ready-made regional hubs like CALABARZON, and those massive financial incentives just waiting to be claimed. The tools, the market demand, and the government support are all perfectly aligned, which leaves us with one final very exciting question for you to chew on. The true gold of 2026 is waiting right there in the soil. So how will you plant your future and take your place in the Philippine agribusiness revolution?